Hello and welcome. In today's video, I am going to be talking about Kpop Demon Hunters while I draw some fan art. Now, if you don't know about this movie, stop watching the video and go watch it right now because it is incredible, and also I will probably be going into spoiler territory. And if you don't care about spoilers but you somehow don't know about this movie, let me do a quick little recap. Kpop Demon Hunters is the newly animated movie by Sony Animation Studios, and it is about a K-pop idol group that protects the world from demons by singing, and also they fight and kill demons using weapons. It's really cool. It's got something for everyone, and I just highly recommend you go watch it before watching this video, but then please do come back to this video because I have a lot to say about this incredible movie. Before I get into talking about this movie and why it is so amazing, I want to first talk about my fan art that I am drawing. I really just wanted to draw Derpy the tiger. Apparently that's his name. I just think he's such a cutie, and I really wanted to draw him, but I also really wanted to draw the Huntrix girls, so I just drew them interacting and riding upon this tiger, and it's just a cute little fun fan art in my style. I don't really know what else to say about it. Maybe at the end I will talk a bit more about it, but for now I'm going to talk about my thoughts on this movie and possibly why it is as successful as it is. When I first heard about this movie, I was a bit confused about what it was about. I had first watched a live stream where someone drew the Derpy Tiger. It was Drawfee, by the way. Love Drawfee over here. And Karina was drawing the Derpy Tiger, and I just thought it was very cute. I couldn't really remember if they talked about what the movie was about, but I really didn't know. I hadn't heard of it before. But then the next day, my sister and I were going to be on a train heading to New York City. We were going to watch Cabaret with Orville Peck. It was incredible, by the way. Maybe I'll make another video talking about Cabaret because I think it's just an incredible musical. And Orville Peck is just phenomenal. It was his first Broadway show, and I thought he did fantastic. Anyway, I digress. My sister had told me, like, we were gonna have a long train ride, so my sister said she was gonna download this new movie she saw on Netflix. It's called Kpop Demon Hunters, and I'm like, could this be the K-pop movie with the weird tiger that Karina of Drawfee was talking about? Maybe, I don't know. So I was like, okay, sounds interesting, let's watch it. On the train, it was it was like the hottest day of the summer. It was not a fun ride. There was a lot of delays. We were both in like pretty bad moods, and we're like, we just need something lighthearted and fun to watch on this train. And we watched the movie. And at first, it was very juvenile humor in the beginning, and I was like, am I really in the mood of this right now? I don't know. I was ready to like click off and like, I don't know, doodle in my sketchbook or something while we were waiting to get into the city. But my sister was like, wait, let's give it a shot. It seems like there's something good coming up. Then it was time for the first musical number, How It's Done. The second that song started playing, I was hooked. Now, all the music in this movie is just incredible. I can talk about that a little later in the video. But How It's Done started playing, and I was just enraptured, enthralled. I was hooked, to say the least. And then we continued watching it, and it just got better and better and better, and the music was incredible. The story was very unique, unlike anything I had watched ever, really. And it may have gotten me into K-pop. I am not I wouldn't call myself a K-pop fan. I have listened to K-pop in the past, like the very well-known stuff, like Blackpink, BTS, a little bit of Stray Kids, pretty much just whatever my friends recommended to me. I listened to it and I enjoyed it, but I never really went out of my way to find new K-pop groups or K-pop songs. But there is something really special about like the K-pop music genre. It's all so fun and hype and great to work out to, I will say. So my initial reaction to this movie was just confusion because like, you know, what is this title? Kpop Demon Hunters? Some people think it's a little cringy, but after watching it, I realized that the title is actually perfect. It tells us exactly what it is and what it's gonna be, and then it delivers on that exact thing. And I think that's great, and more movie titles should be doing that. But after I got past that initial confusion, there was only pure love and awe after watching this movie. It truly is what we needed nowadays in the animation industry. Nowadays, there's less of an importance in Hollywood on doing something original, and it's all just been reboots and remakes of movies that we loved, but we never wanted to see in another format. I'm looking at you, Disney. No one wants to see a live action remake. We want to see something new and animated in a fun way, something with a unique concept and innovative animation. Well, at least that's what I want to see. This is where Sony really excels. Sony Animation Studios has been very innovative in the animation industry. Like, first it all started with Into the Spider-Verse. We all know Into the Spider-Verse. It was incredibly innovative in utilizing new techniques in animation that no one has really ever tried before. They combined 3D animation and 2D elements in such a seamless way, and it made every frame of that movie feel like a page out of a comic book. The use of the 2D lines drawn on top of the 3D character models and using the Kirby dots. Ooh, I love the Kirby dots. They were like in like this after image of the characters' motions, and it just looked so beautiful. And Sony really started a trend with that. They started, incorporating these two very classic animation techniques, 3D animation and 2D animation, and they combined it together in a way that other studios really took note of, mainly DreamWorks. Sony walked so that DreamWorks could run, because in all the modern DreamWorks movies, they've really been incorporating that 2D style on top of 3D animation. Like in, their more recent movies like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Bad Guys, and The Wild Robot. I love The Wild Robot, by the way, and I would love to make a YouTube video on that. If you're interested, please let me know in the comments down below. The style you see in those movies, it takes notes from Sony, but it twists it and makes it into its own unique style. Like in the 3 movies I mentioned before, it is 3D models and 3D character designs with painterly 2-dimensional painting brushstrokes on top of it. And every time you pause a frame in any of those movies, it will look like gorgeous, gorgeous oil painting. And I think it's such a beautiful style. It feels very storybook-like, which is kind of what DreamWorks excels at, the Shrek story, like fairy tales and those sort of classic tales. Giving it a oil painting style just fits the world that DreamWorks creates so well. And this is what I love seeing in the animation world. These unique stories coupled with unique animation that fits this new story that they're trying to tell. I feel like this is kind of where Disney is, not getting the memo. They're just kind of redoing and rebooting things with very realistic, I guess, CGI, and it's not super stylized anymore. It's all kind of, in the same comfort zone that Disney has always been working with. And it's that lack of innovation that is really where Disney has, it's kind of fallen off. Now, enough talking about what Disney is doing wrong. I want to talk about what Sony is doing right, with this movie particularly. Now, Kpop Demon Hunters style, at first seems is very different from what Sony has done in the past with the Spider-Verse movies. The Spider-Verse movies had, the 3D elements and the 2D elements together. Kpop Demon Hunters, I believe, is fully 3-dimensional, like fully 3D animated, but they incorporate 2D anime style elements to it. Let me explain. One thing I love about anime and anime style is how over-exaggerated a lot of the facial expressions are. They really push and they squash and stretch the faces to make these insane expressions that would never happen on like a real person, but it gets the emotion across perfectly. And what Kpop Demon Hunters did is they somehow managed to create those insane expressions on 3D models, and I think they used a very unique squishy model texture for the faces, and they really squashed and they stretched them and they over-exaggerated all the features, giving it this very Japanese anime style. This movie just looks so beautiful. But it also sounds beautiful. So now it is time for me to talk about the music. I feel like this movie has something for everyone in terms of the music because everyone I know has a different favorite song. Like, one of my friends loves Your Idol, my sister loves Free, my mother likes How It's Done, surprisingly. I didn't show her all of the songs, I only played a couple of them in the car once, and by How It's Done, she's like, you know what, I actually like that one. High praise for my mom. Now, I keep kind of going back and forth on which song exactly is my favorite because, I mean, How It's Done was like the first song that really hooked me into the movie because it is the first song of the movie, and the more I keep listening to it, the more I just keep vibing with it. It's just a vibe. It hits hard and it's just got fantastic raps in it. My sister and I keep doing the heels, nails, blades, mascara, fit check from a napalm era. Anyway, sorry for my terrible rapping skills. So that one might be my favorite, but Golden is just so beautiful, and I keep singing it terribly, mind you, because I cannot hit any of the high notes. But it doesn't matter because I just love singing it. I love the beauty in like this I Want song. I think this is an I Want song. I don't know. For those of you who don't know, an I Want song is a song in a musical where the character is singing about something that they want, and usually that's their driving force throughout the whole story. And I feel like Golden might be the I Want song, where it's like, I don't want to hide anymore. And I do love an I Want song. It might be my favorite I Want song of all time. That's high praise. But there's one other song that keeps sneaking up on me, and I think this one might be my favorite, and that is What It Sounds Like, because this song is just gorgeous. There's so many parts to it that truly just like hit me in the feels. I mean, there's that line in it that's like, and now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. I just love that. I love that line so much. It hits me like in the feels so hard. And then there's also that part towards the end of the song where the audience is joining in and singing that melody from Golden, where it's like the oh, just beautiful. I love those like gang vocals, and then it like hits back with like a really powerful chorus again, and it's just such a beautiful song. I feel like What It Sounds Like could be classified as an I Am song. I don't know if that's like an actual title for these types of songs, but it's like, you know how I talked about the I Want songs before? I feel like the I Am songs is like, this is who I am, and I'm proud of it. And it's the character coming to terms with like who they are and all their flaws and how that makes them beautiful. I feel like good examples of this would be This Is Me from The Greatest Showman, and also also I think this song is also called This Is Me from Camp Rock. If you don't remember it, it's the this is real, this is me, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, yeah, that song. That is an I Am song. I can't believe I just talked about Camp Rock during a Kpop Demon Hunters video. This is how my brain works. It's hell up there. Anyway, yeah, so my favorite song, I think I've decided, is What It Sounds Like, just because it's a perfect song. But yeah, I mean, all the other songs still very high up there. I don't think there's any song in this movie I did not like. Even my least favorite song, which is Soda Pop, sadly. When I first heard it, I was like, it's a little sugary for my taste. But then after a while, I literally found myself just like vibing to it. I kept listening to it because I would just like play through the whole playlist, like anytime I listened to any of the songs. And when it came up, like the more I listened to it, the more I was just like bopping to it. It is a little bop. And yeah, it's sugary, and yeah, it's a little too sweet for my taste. But hey, it's a great vibe. It is. I did do the shoulder bouncing thing a couple of times while listening to it. And even Takedown. I know Takedown isn't a lot of people's favorites. I mean, it's not even the girls' favorite song because they didn't want to use it in the movie. But it still has, like, it's got a good beat to it. It's a powerful song. And, I mean, if you look deeply into the lyrics, I believe that it could also be seen as Rumi talking about herself. And, you know, talking about how she feels like she's a villain because she's part demon or whatever. Yeah, there really is a song for everyone. Oh, and I should talk about what I'm drawing right now. You're probably wondering, why am I adding the patterns so late to Rumi? Well, you see, it's because I like to save the best for last. It is not because I forgot about it and only drew it in quickly today when I realized before I was about to record this video. Yeah, I totally didn't forget the patterns. How could I do that? That's like Rumi's defining feature. Yeah. I did also hear earlier today, I might be dating this video recording session a little bit, but I did hear earlier today that there could potentially be a prequel series for this franchise, and I am very, very excited about that. That is exactly what I was hoping for. When I watched this movie, yes, it was on the shorter side, so they probably didn't have time to fit in all this information, but there was some information about the lore and the world building itself that I would have liked to know more about, mainly about the demons and like where they come from, when did the demons start appearing, and how, you know, these the singers who restore the Hone Moon, where did they come about? Like who were the first ones? How did they discover this power that they have with, you know, bringing people together with their voices and restoring this barrier between the demon world and the human world? And I would just love to learn more about that and more about certain characters like Celine, although I don't know if we're gonna get into that. I'm not sure how prequel we're talking here, like what era is this gonna take place in, but I am very excited for this the series if it does happen, which I think it was just teased. I don't know if it's actually coming out. But I would love that. I also want 3 sequel movies, and I want another mini-series that's not necessarily prequel series, but just like a slice of life mini-series about the characters just, you know, having fun and living their lives. And I also want, I just want more. Can I have more, please? Thank you. And that brings us to the end of the video. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, or if you have a suggestion of something else you'd like to see me draw or hear me talk about, please leave a comment down below and I will be sure to include your suggestion in a future video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Now, I don't know about you, but I am ready for couch time. Couch! 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 Couch!